what's up? I'm Jessica with Edmtrain and I'm here at Coachella with Inèz.
Hi, I'm Inez. Nice to meet you.
Thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. Coachella is one of the biggest festivals and we really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it is like the biggest festival, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you talking about big festivals, you've had really big hits. You're the voice of some of the biggest songs by John Summit, like Crystallize, Light Years, and also Peter Fox. You've had a song with him.
Yeah.
And also Solomon, Tuk Tuk. So I just wanted to know, you also had a new song drop yesterday with Subtronics called Eyes Cut Deeper. So how was it performing that track last week, and also you're performing it tomorrow?
Well, it was amazing. I mean, you need to imagine like 5 weeks ago, I sent the song to Jesse Subtronics,
Yeah.
said like, hey, what do you think? He said like, wow, I love it. And like 2 days later, he sent me a version. 3 days later, he asked, hey, can I play that on the next shows? And I was like, what the fuck? That song is, it means really something to me because it's like very self-empowering, and that he took it like with his basses to just like this level of an anthem for a
Yeah.
self-empowerment song. I was so amazed by that. And then at the same time, in the same week, so like 5.5 weeks ago, he asked that, hey, would you like to sing that song with me live at Coachella and then also release it? And I was like, what the fuck? I have no idea if that's gonna happen because like the Dweezats and all these things. But I was like, yeah, let's do it. In Germany, there's this saying: if you don't believe that anything will happen, but you would love to have something to happen, you would say like, I'm gonna eat a broom. And I said to him like, I'm gonna eat a broom if that's going to happen. I'm still searching for brooms though.
Okay. Well, now that you're here, how was it like performing? Were you nervous? What was it like performing in front of this huge crowd? And it was at one of the biggest stages, which is Sahara, right? So that was an amazing thing to be able to do.
The thing is, every time I go on stage, no matter how big or small, I'm like almost always like nervous as
Really?
fuck. Yeah, I'm so super nervous. And so I just went around and trying to just come clear with my inner everything. But going out there, then I'm like in a super tunnel. So it was just amazing because like also feeling these basses and feeling that sound that went in this whole tent kind of thing is like amazing. Also on stage, you feel that bass in your whole body, and that was just amazing.
Great. And I know that you've worked with a lot of great artists. So, and you talked about how Subtronics, Jesse, really added something to it. But how do you add to it as a singer? Because your voice is so unique, and I feel like you make the track what it is because of your voice. So, how do you transform that and work with artists on that?
Thank you so much. First, so I'm an artist by myself, and I have like my very left field indie band. But I love, and I have been loving like I live in Berlin, so I like dance music is kind of a thing that I love
Part
it,
of Berlin, yeah.
right? And I love it. So I started doing like sessions, and then like people pitching, was sending somewhere, but then I got to know people, the DJs by themselves, and so now it's more like collaborating with them. And so if I think, maybe that could be something for them or him or blah, then I can just send it, and then like 5 days later, things happen. And then it's also more like about back and forth, like, hey, what you think about that, what you think about that. So that's how it got now. So like talking also like artists, my English sometimes is, but
No, it's totally fine.
yeah, so we talk about arrangements. So
Yeah.
when I met John Summit first time after we had the Light Years release, I went to a gig he had at Lollapalooza in Berlin, and after that he said like, hey, I'm here for some days, let's meet up and let's talk about that Crystallize. I want to do that. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, the next song right behind the last one. And we went to studio, talked about the arrangement, talked about like also like how it could sound, and then he came up with that bass line. It's like, yeah, what the fuck, let's do this. And it's super interesting because it's super international. And I come from a small town on the border to France in Germany, and like I come here and like I don't know how many people were there last week, but they sing along the songs that I wrote, and that's I cannot describe that with words.
And I'm really impressed by the range of artists that you've worked with in terms of genres. Like John Summit is progressive,
Right.
right? And he does obviously house and other things, but Solomon is a big, like whole different genre, and Subtronics is bass. So was that part of your plans, and what is the next genre you might want to conquer with your voice?
So I love that you say that you mentioned that, because like I celebrate so many different genres, because I believe that that in every genre there's something that touches me personally, and so my musical taste is like super open, and so there are a lot of things that I want to do. But the next thing I'm gonna do by myself, since there is a TV series coming up with one song that I did. I did a choir by myself. Just my voice is making a choir. That's it, nothing else. So this like completely contrasts to all this huge basses and super loudness.
Yeah.
So this is one of the next things. But also like Anima played
working with
yesterday.
Anima?
Yeah, no, yesterday he played a song. I didn't come here yet yesterday, so I come here. But this morning I saw like on my Instagram, what the fuck? Okay, he played our unreleased track already.
That's awesome.
Bam! What a
I was
surprise!
happy,
Yeah, you liked it?
Yeah,
I think
it
it
was
was
great.
insane. The
So good.
visuals.
Yeah.
He's such an, and it's for me. It's so cool. You know, I started this 1 year ago. So like exactly 1 year ago, the song, the first song with John Summit came out, and since then it's been like I don't know, but a crazy run, crazy travel, crazy. I could never have imagined. I never had that wish to play here.
Wow.
Because it's so huge.
Yeah.
And now I'm standing here talking to you and playing there, and people singing the songs that I wrote. It's insane.
Are there any artists that you're going to watch at Coachella that you wish you could collaborate with? Because there's so many different genres here and huge artists.
I think everyone.
Everyone,
No,
okay.
but I honestly I checked out the lineup weeks before, but now I just want to, always with festivals, I just go around because if you want to match, if you want to go there at that, if you want to be there at that point, it's gonna be super stressed. But I really would love to see Worship, but I'm gonna be there because they're kind of the last ones.
Yeah.
Or I can't tell because there are so many.
I would love to hear your voice on drum and bass because I love drum and bass personally.
Bam!
So,
Hey,
yeah.
it's gonna happen. I tell you, it's gonna happen.
I love that.
But also, I already have one song, but it's like the last song of the album from Sub Focus.
Uh-huh.
So if you listen to the whole album,
I
then
have heard that track. I love it.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to do more, and he already asked, like, hey, can we go to studio together again? And with Sub Focus especially, it's amazing because it's like the track we did is just like one-on-one, so it was just him and me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. And very last thing is there anything you want to say to Edmtrain fans or fans that came out to see you perform here at Coachella?
Like when you are that crowd that was with Subtronic last weekend, what the fuck, you are insane. And I'm also so thankful. Like I think Subtronic is like a genius. He's like a Mozart for bass music, and how he did that whole set was like touching me so much, and that there are so many people celebrating that kind of music because it's not very easy listening, I think, but to see that people supporting that kind of genius music that is not too mainstream, I want to say thank you for listening to that great music that he does.
Thank you so much, Inez. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.